Good day, everyone. It's the Daily Drawing Club. This is DJ Kaufman, cartoonist, and today we're going to do a drawing challenge. Let's get right into what that's going to be. We'll talk about that in a second. If you're watching on the replay, please comment replay crew. Today's challenge is we're going to sketch an album cover or tour poster for an album called Dark Matter from Pearl Jam. So this album just dropped on Friday of this past week. So if you're watching this in the future, well, this is the time that it happened. So this is the exercise for today. It's just kind of like taking an album cover name and either sketching out a tour poster, like an event tour poster, or an album cover based on the prompt Dark Matter. So if I could find my Apple Pencil here. All right, great. There we go. What I'm going to do is set my timer here. Good morning, everyone in the live chat. System of Steph. We got Sarah over there, Guy, Kenneth Webb, Lola down in Florida now. I see. Hope you're staying cool down there. Morning, David. All right, so today's drawing prompt is sketching an album cover or tour poster for a band. In this case, it's Pearl Jam, my favorite band. I don't know if anyone can see back there, but I've got a lot of Pearl Jam posters back there. As a matter of fact, I'll just kind of just flip this around and show you, like, oh, maybe not. Oh, I just broke it. How about that? Joy. I gotta get this camera back though. 1 second. See if I could just unplug it and plug it back in. Nope. Okay, I lost that camera. Bummer. Well, whatever. There's a lot of Pearl Jam posters back there, trust me. So, all right. Oh, I wonder what I did. I broke that. Too much. Or the cat chewed the cord. That's probably what's up. These are exciting times for live streaming. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this side of my canvas or my drawing like a tour poster for Dark Matter. So I'm just going to get to it and kind of just start sketching out. Now remember, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here. First thing I've drawn all day. This whole exercise is not about being perfect or making a finished anything. It's basically, I'm using just as a warm-up pretty much. And I kind of wanted you to see my hand, so I'm gonna try to fix this camera real quick. Just give me 1 moment, because this will not stand. I'm gonna try this one more time. Nope. Let's see here. Gonna reset my phone. Usually I have to reset it. Okay. So I'm just gonna draw the first thing I'm thinking of. Put this back on the full. Not a great opening to the stream this morning, man. It's Monday morning, 7 in the morning. We're up here live drawing. I'm going to check the Discord in a little bit. We've got the Daily Drawing Club. What I'm doing is I'm just going to sketch out, and as much as I can in the next 30 minutes or so, what I think would be a cool Pearl Jam poster for Dark Matter, like a Dark Matter tour or something like that. And I'm just going to zoom out, kind of do what I do, real small, get a composition going. So I'm going to work on some silhouettes here. I think I have an idea for like a hand holding a jar of some kind that's maybe like got some sort of energy in it, like they've captured the dark matter, and then maybe like a hadron collider sort of thing behind it, energy kind of coming out. really it's just based on your interpretation too. I mean, listening to the music helps, but you don't even really need that with drawing prompts. You can just kind of start getting to it. Let's see if this actually works for my. I'll get that camera back here in a second. Look at this. I'm pretty skilled. I can get my camera restarted as I'm drawing this composition sketch, as I'm talking to you. Blame it on Monday. Yeah, you know, it happens. I'm not even using any reference this time. I'm just going to kind of go for it. Pearl Jam has another old song. I think what I like about the new album, by the way, if you're not listening, if you don't listen, that you don't have to, but you should, because they're the greatest American rock band currently. And what I like about the album is it seems like there's some callbacks to old lyrics and concepts. Like they're almost like follow-ups of life. I don't know. That's what I'm catching from some of the lyrics. As an old Pearl Jam fan, I'm like, oh, this is like a continuing story of, I don't know what, yet, but I could see that there's callbacks for certain things. And I think I'm gonna, when I'm laying something out like this, I'm also thinking about, let's see if I can get it back, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I did it. I've done it. I'm so proud of myself right now. Now you can see my hands as intended. Okay, great. Whatever. It's not very important, is it? So I'm actually going to use the perspective, or what was it called? Boy, my brain is not firing this morning, but this thing, like the focal points, that's what we're talking. Let me teach you art in when I'm really sleepy, and I'm always thinking of dividing any space. So we're dividing like an 18 by 24 poster into these 9-panel, or these, not 9 panels, but focal points. So you got these 4 focal points would be where your eye would go to. So I'm thinking of that. I can kind of, you start to see that grid appear on things in your own mind when you're looking at a canvas, when you're an artist. So I don't need to draw that out. I kind of see where that's going to be. So that's kind of just to kind of show you what I'm looking at in my own mind. And I'm just sketching this out proportionally. I almost feel like I got a vibe of like mad, mad scientist sort of, I don't know. I'm thinking way too much about it, because I'm like, I know about the album and the producer and stuff like that. So if you were actually hired to draw a poster, that might help with understanding or kind of vibing with what they had in mind. But they used a producer on this album named Andrew Watt. He's a younger guy who kind of brought not new energy, but like kind of had them tap into their roots a little bit as a band. So, and I like the idea of almost like a Peter Parker or or evil villain or something in the Peter Parker vibe, because I'm on comic books too, Some of my favorite Pearl Jam posters back there. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to show you. But one is kind of like emulating a Jack Kirby cover of some kind. And I'm going to have like a speech balloon going off. And it will say like, we've discovered. Like, we've uncovered. We've released. Let's see. We've released, because release is a Pearl Jam song. We've released the dark matter. And this is just my sketch. I'm going to get in here and tighten this up. a bit here in a minute. And like you got the Hadron Collider sort of thing happening back here, which is going to naturally, we've got plenty of time. I'll just have fun. I'll just get in there and just start. And you got the electric, like the lightning. If you know, if like I said, if you're working on something for a band, it probably behooves you to listen to the music, even if you're not a fan of the band per se. Understanding the music or what they're trying to say in songs. And like I said, I think whenever I'm listening to this album, probably only once or twice now, there's a lot of callbacks to old lyrics. So one of the things that popped off in my mind just this morning when I was thinking of this was their old song Nothing Man had caught a bolt of lightning. So it was kind of like lightning in a bottle. That's kind of what I'm going for here. And I'm going to have some kind of like crazy Jack Kirby thing in the middle there. Right? You can see what I'm doing there. So that's my layout for this. If you're just joining, we're sketching an album cover or tour poster today for the prompt Dark Matter, which is a Pearl Jam album. But you can forget the fact that it's Pearl Jam if you want and just use your imagination. That's the prompt today. So for me, I thought of like that Hadron Collider thing that they keep turning off and messing up things with. Probably catching the dark matter in some kind of jar, like a lightning bug. Special jar that allows you to see the dark matter. And I might do something fun with this hand. So I'm going to go ahead and fade out the sketch. Fade it way out. Like that. Then we're going to put another layer on top of that. And then I'm going to get in here and just start penciling it out while I talk to you. Oh, yeah, I mean, listen, Kirby Crackle guy, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So now it's an opportunity for me to like practice hands, practice just a hand of, I don't know if I want that on the other side of the jar, probably. So I'll draw the jar first. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, like I'm not actually doing this for the band or anything like that. So it's not like a finished piece. It's just practice, just the exercise for today. So, although I'm so well versed in Pearl Jam, I could just speak in Pearl Jam lyrics all day long, I think. I was just about to say, like, boy, that would be a nice little wish list to have on your wish list to do a Pearl Jam poster. It's got so many great posters by so many talented artists. As a Pearl Jam fan, I would be stoked. Maybe this hand is looking a little bit zombified because, like, you can't be getting near dark matter without getting a little old or decrepit. Gonna have that finger there, kind of balancing it. Kind of want to turn this thumb in a little bit, but it looks cooler that way. I might even move the hand over a little bit just because I can do that. Just to balance it out a little bit. I'm not worried about the physics of this jar being held. It's more about, like, what's inside the jar than anything. I think I'm gonna just put a couple different throwbacks to Pearl Jam in here a little bit. So I think it's gonna be like an eyeball in the middle. They've had this symbol on a couple of their other things. Just the close-up of the eye. I think I've, you know what? I got a button right here. I got a little button from one of their albums. Right there. Looks like the CBS logo a little bit. That was the album that Mind Your Manners is on. So we've caught this. I won't get into probably won't get into the coloring stage, so I'm going to just put that, you know, that Kirby crackle in there. We may. Also thinking about if it's a poster or something that would hang on a wall, you know, you want to think of that composition is really important, but also like I think the hand coming straight up from this weird balloon. Like make the balloon that. So even today, this would give me like even if it was just a sketch, and it is just a sketch, it gives me an opportunity to work on hand lettering, work on hands, work on a little bit of. You're always putting those fundamentals back into, you know, the actual finished piece. Since I know I've got like 13 minutes left on this stream, I might go ahead and hit like a quick line. What's nice about the Procreate is I can do that. I can do a quick line. So if I just kind of trace around where I want it to be and then hold, I can get real quick lines. It's basically like using a compass. I just want to get those. I'm not even looking at like a Hadron Collider. I just know that it's got a lot of BS going on in the, you know, the coils and things in there. I can just draw those little lines. Again, you know, we're thinking tour poster, we're thinking some poster you might hang in your house. So you probably want to have a little bit of interesting things. I'd put these little like copper coils here, you know, almost looking like I Ching symbols. That's interesting too. Just break that up a little bit. See that, just kind of exploring with, I got the basic idea, but now it's becoming more of a, it's looking like something, right? Andres, I'm all, he says he's still half asleep. Same, brother. I'm a little sleepy this morning. But not a better thing to do. Wake up and get the pencil moving, get the blood flowing. So good to do in the morning. I know it sucks though, because sometimes you're like getting in a groove and then you got to go off to work and you're like, oh man, wow, I was such in a groove. So yeah, I want to make sure that this is also perspective coming out. I don't want just a circle. So I need some like things flying off the, you know. Sometimes I'll just draw like some guiding, you know, tubes or something like that to kind of get the perspective going, what this is. If you know what I'm talking about, the machine that are trying to like find the God particles or whatever they're doing over there. Probably messing us all up. resetting our timeline or some shite, you know. So again, today's drawing prompt is, I have to Google Pearl Jam now. Dark Matter. First thought was Neil Tyson. Right. Yeah. Google Pearl Jam's new Dark Matter came out. Pretty decent album, I think. Only listened twice, but as a Pearl Jam fan, I gotta say I like it because I listen pretty deeply to the lyrics, and I know it's kind of hard to understand what Eddie Vedder's saying sometimes, but luckily we've got this visualizers. The first couple times I listened to the song, I'm like, did he just mumble this? I don't know. That's just how it is to be a Pearl Jam fan sometimes. But then once you realize what he's saying, then you hear it, and it's like, oh man, some pretty deep lyrics going on there. But I like that there's some callbacks to, like, to me, there's callbacks to older songs that were like, you know, different. I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but there's some call outs to like godforsaken towns, and that reminds me of like this elderly woman in a small town song, and just feels like there's a couple follow-ups to like the next chapter or something. I think that's, I mean, no one said that. Just as a fan, I'm kind of feeling, and I think Andrew Watt, the producer, is really paying attention to, I mean, he was a Pearl Jam fan, so I think he knows what real old school fans like me would like. All right, so then we're gonna just use this as an opportunity to work on some hand lettering. And I'm just going to kind of mess around with some like hand-drawn comic looking font, but also like a little weird, some serifs on there. I'm a big font nerd. I'm sure a lot of you are too, but when you learn about fonts and how they work, the serifs, you know, that's these little like tips of your letters. You have serif or sans serif, which is without serif. And listen, I know a lot of you guys are smart and you know this, but there's also a lot of beginners watching, so I'm gonna school a little bit here when I'm saying things like serif. I don't want to just speak a language and, you know, but serifs, one of the cool things about serifs is if you want people to stop and read something slower, you put serifs on it. So like Times New Roman has serifs. If you want them to absorb some sort of information, it's a trick that you could do. I learned that in print shop, actually. The more serify stuff you put on it, the slower the eye absorbs all of it. So if you're trying to, you know, get a headline across or something like that, but then if you want people to absorb news quickly, you do a sans serif. So we'll just do both. We'll have dark. We've released. Release is a Pearl Jam song as well. I won't talk about Pearl Jam too much. I'm just saying. Maybe tomorrow. Actually, I know we're doing it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to flip the script and do a different musical artist. That's a little clue as to what's going to happen tomorrow. Not something you would ever expect, I think, in the drawing club. So, but it'll be a fun experiment. So again, we're sketching an album cover or tour poster for the prompt Dark Matter, which is the new Pearl Jam album. I've sketched out like some kind of weird all-seeing eye. There's also much like the let's just take a look here. I'm gonna show you kind of what I'm going off of. I'm just gonna type Pearl Jam binaural images. You can see they've got the album cover of that weird eyeball in space thing. Pearl Jam albums. Let's look at that. Those covers. So album covers. Lightning Bolt had the eye as well. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to get back to that. Darn. What happened? Lightning Bolt had some awesome art in it. I wonder who did the graphic design on Lightning Bolt. Was all of those very cool, iconic looking graphics like that. That's where that one button that I just showed you came from. This button here. But every song had its own graphic, which was very neat. I really like that. It was a cool way of putting out, featuring an artist and letting the artist kind of design the whole way that the album unfolded. So they've always been super rad with their album design and stuff like that. I don't have my vinyl yet. This time, it's coming. We have the I'm what they call a 10 Club member, which is basically the fan club. I've been a member for a long time. They used to have a address in the back of their first CDs that said join the 10 Club, and if you joined you got a little number. And I've got a pretty early fan club number. I don't think that even matters anymore. They've grown so big, but you get tickets and whatever and exclusive things. It's gotten a little bit. It used to be way cooler when they were, not as big, not as legendary. But I'm still just always a member of that. I'm definitely a true fan of Pearl Jam. If you watch the channel, you'll see me yammering about creating true fans, and I've always been. I kind of wean off a little bit. If you have a long time band that you've been listening to for, gosh, I've been listening to them since the beginning. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, enough. I'm tired of this. But this time feels a little bit different when they come out with an album, and a little more mature, but yet tapping back into that energy from the 90s and stuff. We've released the dark matter. So we got like a hadron collider kind of action here. Boy, I really want to use like my lightning brush. I want to like really get in there and start messing with that. And this is something cool, you can I'm only working up this little concept sketch. The idea of catching this dark matter, which you usually can't see dark matter, but in this magical jar you can. What is dark matter? Who knows? Someone put an avocado in the Andres put an avocado in the chat. There's the Avocado album, which is Pearl Jam's self-titled album. So I think they just got lazy on. They were like, let's just call it Pearl Jam. Put an avocado on the cover for no reason, so it became the Avocado album. Yeah. What a snapshot in time. Who would have thought that Pearl Jam would have been the last Seattle band standing? Original band. Me, I would have thought that. Other people wouldn't have thought that for sure. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you have it. That's my prompt for the day. So the idea was to sketch an album cover or tour poster for the prompt Dark Matter, which is the new Pearl Jam album. Listen to it. And I came up with kind of a Hadron Collider. They've caught this weird energy in a bottle, like the lightning in a bottle. And yeah. Hey, that's a great question, Buddha Care Bear. When's my next V-Friends live session? It is today. Got the V-Friends up here. Today at 8:30 a.m. on TikTok only today. We do just TikTok today at V-Friends on TikTok. And then on Wednesday and Friday, I'm live at 8:30 a.m. Am I on top of this? Yeah. 8:30 a.m. drawing V-Friends Eastern time for about 90 minutes or so. I'll draw some V-Friends. So appreciate you guys watching that. If you're into comics, that's where I will be. And in a little bit, in an hour, we also have the Daily Drawing Club. Daily Drawing Club, talk about that for a second. We have daily drawing prompts that come out 5 a.m. in the morning. Quarterly exclusive sticker. I'm behind on getting that printed. I need to do that. I'm supposed to do that this weekend. We will get that link out to you so that you can order your sticker members. 10% off merch. Awesome artist community over there. Let's check that real quick. Got the nope. That's not what I want to check. I'll check the artist community here. Over the weekend we had more. We had a fan art Saturday, so there was like Smurfs in there, A-Team. So on Saturdays and Sundays, when we're not doing the live streams, the people that are seeing the that's epic, man. That's some epic. That's epic. So fan art Saturday was the prompt for Saturday for the club members only. So they had a choice of rolling to draw one of those. So good work over the weekend, guys. Mike C with the Yoda, or not Yoda, what's his face? Grogu. Smurf. Sketch Squatch did the Mr. A-Team and Smurf mashup. That's pretty awesome. Anyways, let's go. Some more Fallout, people catching up. Yesterday's was Living Your Best Life. And Steph, of course, is always rocking it. Steph, you should be doing that full time. Here's that's nice. Sarah's. I can just look through your art. So she wrote a little about living her best life. She loves coaching. She coaches a junior roller derby thing, I think, right, Steph? Yeah. I won't read all that, but it's very cool. Good work there, Guy. Living your best life out in the country or a small cottage in Ireland. All right, right on. Steph, Dark Matter. Wouldn't it be cool if we could have got, if we should have done this earlier and then Pearl Jam would just hire the Draw or Die Club to come up with a bunch of album covers? Maybe next time. Cool. It's awesome. So that is the Daily Drawing Club. This is my Pearl Jam poster for the day. And tomorrow I will come back with a different artist, one that you probably wouldn't think of that I would mention, but we will be back tomorrow with that. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a good day. I'll see you in about an hour if you want to watch the TikTok only live stream for V-Friends, and keep drawing every day. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you watching and drawing along. So let's put on that outro music and get to it. Do a little bit more work on this one, just for a minute or so. See you guys soon.